Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to build a wheelchair ramp. So my son was diagnosed at a young age with CDKL5. It's a rare genetic mutation and he's unable to walk, and we recently purchased our house and we really didn't have a way to get up the stairs with his wheelchair, so I'm putting a ramp in the garage. And this is the video of how to do that if you're looking to build a ramp for yourself, or if you just like watching people build, then feel free to keep watching this video. Alright, enough talking, let's get building. So the first step, pretty obvious, but you'll want to measure out your space. Definitely pay attention to how high you want it, how wide the area is that your ramp is going to be, and make sure you know how long that you want to make it. Next, you can see that I'm cutting the boards to the length that I've determined. Mine is only going to be about 6 feet long. I'm not following the ADA guidelines on ramp grade, but I'll post those to this video in the description. Also, I'm going to share with you a website that really helped with figuring out the extra distances that you needed when you put in your information for building a triangle, which is basically what you're doing for this ramp. My next tip would be to start with your right angle pieces, as these are the easiest to cut out and you can kind of gauge where you need to be at once you get these together. So here I am just using pocket holes because it's an easy method of joinery and putting them together, and then I'll put it in my space. Another thing to note is my miter saw can only go so far for the angle, so I just slid it to the maximum angle I could get, and that pretty much determined the grade of my slope, but it actually worked out okay for the distance I needed. Obviously, if you're following the ADA guidelines, then you might have to do something different to get the angle. Okay, so before I go any further, I wanted to stop and show you what I've done so far because my video cut out while I was assembling this. So I added with some pocket holes, some bracing in the middle as long as at the edge, and I have the diagonal piece cut, but I need to remove the stairs because there's a 1-inch overhang from the door frame, so I need to slide that in so I can see exactly where to put the diagonal piece. Then I'll put some bracing underneath, and then we will put the top on. So let's keep going. Now I'm removing the old stairs that were in that existing space, and once those are removed, I'm going to slide over that 90-degree angle that also has some of those cross bracing, as you can see, and we'll see exactly where it fits and if I need to make any adjustments. Another thing that was helpful was doing more of a dry fit, I guess you could say, is just holding up that piece that I already had mitered cut, and then I put the plywood piece up there just to make sure that it was running right up to the door frame so that I wasn't getting an overlap or an underhang. Once I was confident with how it was looking, I put in my braces underneath and then also the cross bracing between the two pieces. One suggestion as I was going through this and just learning as I'm going is I'll probably put some more bracing in the very center portion of the ramp, and I'll just go underneath after the video, probably put some vertical slats, and then I'm also going to add some horizontal 2x4s exactly underneath the spacing where I butt up the plywood sheets together.
It's already sturdy the way that I've designed it, but just going back and adding that extra support in the middle will only add to the durability and strength of it. So I laid the first 2 sheets of plywood down and I pre-drilled the holes and then drilled them in, and I found the best method of getting it to the length you wanted is just putting it on first and then just using the jigsaw to finish up the job. But if you want to, or you have the capacity, a table saw would work just fine for this piece. So here I'm just using a hand plane and I'm rounding over the edge of the plywood that's going to be sitting up against the cement floor, and I'm just doing that so that it's easier to get the wheelchair up on the ramp. Now I used 1/2 inch plywood, but I would definitely suggest just spending the extra couple bucks and getting the 3/4 inch plywood. It's definitely gonna make a difference. And now I'm just adding one last 2x4 that's going to act as a wheel guard, and I'm attaching it with glue and clamping it on to secure it. Now my favorite part, painting. Just because I like to make it look nicer and kind of blend in with the garage there. You don't have to paint it if you don't want, but it certainly makes it look nicer and it should be smoother to the touch. Next, I added grip tape to the ramp, and this is really recommended as it provides extra traction and it'll help with preventing your shoes from slipping, especially if they're wet.
Thanks for watching my video. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, please go on down there and click that button. It really helped me improve the video content I create for you guys, and it'll just help you stay up to date on the newest videos that I'm making. Alright, see you guys later.